someone who had failed 8 classes when I was in law school and is now a lawyer, these are my 3 best tips to give to you. If you are someone that has failed grades in your report card, in your academic transcript, and you are worried about whether it will find you a job opportunity or not. By the way, my name is Lauren. I am a lawyer from Melbourne. I also have a blog for law students called the Law Student to Lawyer Hub, which is linked into my TikTok profile, so you can check it out for a blog post on all things related to law school and becoming a lawyer. To put the transparent truth out there, yes, it's gonna be a little bit, actually, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's gonna feel a lot harder to find a job with your academic transcript, especially if your academic transcript has failed grades. And it's not necessarily because you had failed grades. Think of it this way. There are people with better grades than me. There are people with extraordinary grades, extraordinary experience, like the best experience out there, have great qualifications, and they are also having a hard time finding a job. It's not necessarily the grades, sometimes it's just the job market. So if those people are having a hard time finding a job, moreover, those who have failed classes on their belt. So my #1 tip for this is when you do submit an application, sometimes they're going to ask you, most times actually, they're going to ask you to submit an academic transcript. You can't change anything about it, so you gotta submit it as is. So the main focuses that you are actually going to work on is how you can showcase your experience and your skills in your resume and in your CV. So you may not have grades, but if you have really good skills and good experience from that to show it off, that is going to be your strength that you are going to work towards. I have separate videos on how you can do your resume or do your CV and personalize it in a way that makes you stand out the best way you can. But either way, you're gonna have to focus on your skills and your experience because you can't do anything about your academic transcript. Whether that job application gets you to an interview or a phone interview or not, that's beyond your control. But if you do make it to the interview stage, let me tell you, every time I made it to the interview stage and part of that application was showing my academic transcript, 100% of the time I was asked about my grades. And each and every single time, I mean, the first few times I mumbled my words, but once I got used to being asked that, I kind of have a groove of how I answered those questions of why I had those failed grades. If you acknowledge the failure, you also explain what you learned from that failure, which includes how you ended up getting that failure. And the most important part is